How to build your company page on LinkedIn. I want to show you the basics of creating a page for your company. If you're not sure if you have a company page or not, go to the Smart Search in the drop-down box and type in your company name. It's not unlikely that someone who previously worked for your company has already created a page. LinkedIn used to allow anyone with an email address at a business's URL to create a page. So check on that before going to the trouble of making a company page. If you do have a company page already, you'll need to gain administrator access and then skip ahead to the next section. To create a business page, LinkedIn requires you to have a business email address, not simply a Hotmail or Gmail address. And of course, you need authorization to act on behalf of the company. So if you've got those two things, the first thing you need to do is enter the company name in the box marked Company Name. Be aware, if you're starting out and may need to rebrand, that this name is a permanent part of your LinkedIn URL, which will be linkedin.com/company/company name. You'll be able to update your company display name on the page, but not in the URL. Also be aware that spaces will be indicated by hyphens in the URL, so you may want to remove spaces or use company initials in the initial typing just to create a clean URL. Once you've done this, click on Continue, and you've created your page. The first thing you'll need now that your page is created is administrators. So let's go to the Administrator section and start typing in the name of a person you'd like to make an administrator. This person needs to be on LinkedIn, and they need to be connected with you already on LinkedIn. If your company page already exists, you'll need its current administrator to add you as an administrator before you make any modifications. If you don't know who the administrator is, head over to the Help section on the top right-hand side beneath your image. Click on the Get Help in the Help Center and start typing. It doesn't matter what you enter here. What matters is that you're connecting to LinkedIn. Click Contact Us, indicating that it's a company page issue and that you need to be an administrator on your company's page. Now that you've created your company page or gained access as an administrator, you'll need to start adding elements. Gather content to use, customize, or repurpose. To start, the About section of your website will do. As well, a list of specialties or keywords is important. You can use up to 280 keywords, and you can always add more fields if you need to under the Specialties section. Beneath that is the Featured Groups link. You'll want to add any groups you're a member of here, especially if there's a company group. The only requirement for adding featured groups is that you be a member, but you'll also want to ensure each group will add value by being featured on your page. Next, you'll want to indicate the type of company this is. If you're self-employed, I would personally not check the option to describe your business as self-owned, but rather as privately held. It just sounds a little more polished. Choose your company size and indicate the website for your company. Next, you'll want to choose the industry. LinkedIn gives you limited options for this, but you'll want to choose the closest fit rather than leaving it blank. LinkedIn will default to placing you in the accounting industry if you don't choose an industry. There are so many businesses on LinkedIn that are in the accounting industry because they didn't designate an industry. Designate whether you're currently operating, when you were founded, and up to 5 locations. You're ready to publish. You can find your page again by clicking on Companies under Interests. You'll see it here on the top right-hand side. You can also find it by clicking on Manage next to the company page. If you manage a number of pages, this becomes a bit more complicated. We will cover that later. And there you have it. How to create a company page and input the basics. Next, you'll want to grow your audience by providing interesting content and all the other ways you choose to market your page. But the big first step in establishing your corporate presence is complete.